Okie dokie people, so the Storm Eagle project continues. Like I said on the last vid, I've sprayed into the inside here to pick out some of the detail. So what I've done is just obviously blacked out the inside, and then I've gone over it with Nuln Oil and a large dry brush and just a couple of circles just to give it a little bit of a metallic look. Picked out the details on computer screens, some cabling, some of the buttons on and around the doors, screens again. Airbrushed straight down with some red patches for some dull red lighting. The inside there airbrushed quite harshly up to pick the lights themselves out. And again down again, so we've got a bit of a red glow in there. So the idea is when the cockpit is on the front here, that opens up, and inside there's a bit of a glow. You can see the door, you can see panels in there. Not too much detail, but enough just to give it some life and some story. Same as when you're looking in the back there. So the next section that we're going to build, I say build, that we're going to put on, is the top part of the hull. So for this part, what we're going to need is from the plastic sprue, the top hull, top canopy there, the weapon mount for the front, which is captivated in by the canopy, the instrument panel that goes into the top there. For your front, you're going to need your front mounted weapon options, which are either multi-melters or heavy bolters, and they're slot fit, so really you can go with either and just swap and change as you need. Don't need magnetising, they're a really secure fit there, so that's really well done by Workshop on that one. Those are the plastic parts that you'll need. You might have been sitting there thinking to yourself, but what about the pilot? Pilot, someone's got to fly the thing. I'm not bothering with the pilot. I can't be bothered to go in and paint all of this because it's not really going to be seen. You can assemble the pilot, put him in. If you're going to do that, spray the top here, paint it as is, build your pilot, paint him, then put him in and go that way. But I'm going to put the clear canopy on, undercoat over the whole lot, and I'm going to airbrush some reflections and stuff across the canopy itself. I'm going to have it just as a painted canopy, not the clear one that it comes with, because I don't like painting into pilots much, and I'm on a bit of a time scale, so it's a little bit quicker doing it that way. It's a cheat, but it'll work. So plastic parts, resin parts, the vent section that goes into there, the top hole that locates into there, and in my part the doors to go into the sides just to block the hull off. So I've gone ahead already and put a little bit of spray on the insides and under sections of here, because obviously this is what's going to be visible when you're looking in through this hatch and this hatch in these sections. So I'm going to do the bolt gun painting part of these, and then we're going to come to assembling, because in the instructions it does say that this section will need snipping down slightly at the sides to be a good fit onto here. Now, I've tried dry fitting it, and it's an interesting dry fit. It does go in with a little bit of encouragement, slides in there, and it's just a little bit wide along these sides here. So what I'm going to do, you see you can't get it quite down into fit, is I'm just going to flat surface, very fine grade sandpaper, and I'm just going to sand it down so I get a nice even bit taken off the sides. I'll come back to that later and then we'll show you how it all comes out. I'm just going to pick some detail out on the insides of these, and then we'll get everything together. Thanks for watching, guys. A little bit of off-camera work for me, and then I'll be back on. Right, so I've gone ahead and assembled everything. So doors are on, everything's in place, filed the sides down. Still wasn't a fantastic fit, so I've built some bits up with glue and I can tidy that up a bit better with liquid green stuff, but it's in there. Vents on, top hatch, nostrum and skull on top of the hatch, just a green stuff press mould onto there, which I thought was a nice little touch. The front assembly, cockpit without anyone inside, because like I said, I'm going to just spray across it and then pick out the actual detail. And I've gone with multi-melters for my weaponry on the front here, just because I wanted to have a bit more punch. I'm not going to bother with the heavy bolters. I could have left them just be interchangeable, but I've glued them in because I want it just to have some punch. So it's going to have the las cannons on the wings, bolters on the front. I've just glued a little magnet on the front and a big magnet recessed inside there, just because then, you know, nothing can come apart. If I was feeling a little more up to it, I probably would have sunk the magnet in, would have drilled it down, but it's not too bad there, and it just holds it in place. Looking inside, let's get the light down a little more. That's why I wanted just that little bit of detail on the inside there, just so you can see in and get an idea for the place, which I think is pretty cool. So that's that section all built up. Obviously the back hatch will go on eventually. I've got that at the side to go in. The next thing we're going to do, the wings and the front canards here. So right, so wing sections. What we're going to do now, guys, is build the other side. So plastic parts that you're going to need to make your wings: upper section, lower section, thruster, which is captivated in the end here, las cannons, which are side specific, they have a tilt to them, thermal vents, which go on the back of your las cannon bits there, and the aerofoil that goes on the top here. So all of this goes together like so. I'm just going to dry fit it to show you, and as you can see, I've taken the Aquillas off here for my Night Lords. So thruster in like so, your undercarriage like that, little skull to the front of the wing. When that's glued in, that's what captivates your thruster and still gives it the movement. Las cannons into the front, need a little bit of snipping down sometimes to get into a good fit into there. Thermal vent into the back. Okay, and then this section fits into the recesses in there, like so. Dry fitting, so now you know how it goes together. It says as he drops it all. That all comes in to this, and then once you have your two pieces here, we're going to fit those onto the body of the craft. So a little more off-camera building, and I'm going to put that side together, and then we're going to put some wings on a Storm Eagle. Okay guys, so two wing sections done, and I've skipped ahead slightly and popped the front aerofoils, I think they call them the canards, onto the bird here. Not a brilliant fit, but they go. Might have to just use a heater just to raise one up, because that side's come down a little bit lower, but not the end of the world. So they locate on between two little ridges on the hull there, with this section on the bottom. And now we're going to look at popping some wings on. So there's this lovely flat plate section here, and I'm sure you can guess where this is about to go. Flat section of the wings, and it just glues on like so. So nice, quick and easy, 2 bits of glue, and you've got wings on a Storm Eagle. Not been too bad of a build so far. So the next video is just going to be detailing and getting that all together there. And wouldn't you know, it looks like I'm about to run out of glue as well. As long as I can get that in there. Big old wad of glue. And we'll let that set. Do the other side, and I'll come back to this in a minute and show you what we're like when we're all done and secure. Okay, so a little bit of gluing, a little bit of time for everything to set, and we have wings on the Storm Eagle. So the aerofoils here have come across the engine. Really bad design in an aircraft, really, because if you can't, you know, move these vents too well, because that's in the way. But yeah, it's on there, it's done. So next little bit's obviously going to be things like the missile pods, the landing gear at the bottom, the back door would be a good thing to put on as well, I guess. So they're still mobile. These still mobile on here as well. We have the Night Lord doors, Night Lord skull on the top hatch. That, like I said, I'm going to be spraying over, masking off around and spraying over. So yeah, the basic build is together. It's a bit big to see all in one go. Let's try and pick that up slightly. Get the rest of my messy desk in. But yeah, nice big old kit. So next bits to work on are going to be the flying stand and the details. So thanks for watching this third video in this series, this little project, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Stay safe and I'll chat to you later. Bye.